everybody, and welcome back to the Price to Sell podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Campoli, and today I have a bit of a black eye because I ended up boxing our guest from our last episode, Samuel Leeds. Still can't believe that just went down, but it did. And yeah, so I'm a little rough, but we're good. And we're going to bring a very exciting topic for you guys today. It's super trendy. We have not spoken about this on Price to Sell yet, and that is the Middle East, Dubai. We're going to talk about all things Dubai real estate, Saudi Arabia, all the opportunities that come with it. And here today with me to talk about all this and to bring all the expertise and knowledge is Jyoti Shamnani. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity so we can open this unspoken side of the world to rest of our audience today.
Exactly. And I want to give a shout out to Virginia Munden, who
Absolutely
set this up and spoke very highly of you. And already, first impression, you've done great. So I'm excited to hear all about everything with Dubai. But before we start with Dubai, if you want to give a little bit of a background into who you are.
Thank you so much. And definitely, yes, thank you to Virginia. So I'm basically from India, but we have moved a lot. My father moved a lot, and then when I got married, I had to move out of country, and I started my marital life in Dubai. So it's like home to me, and so I can talk passionately about it. I have a lot of good memories, and any day you ask me, I would be happy to go there. So, but I worked in HR. And every place where we moved to, we did, so I was recruiting expats. And then after recruiting, I was helping them relocate. So moving them from London, UK, from Europe, from even Canada at that point of time, and US, Far Eastern countries. So it was really nice to connect with them at a different level after recruiting them. So when I came to Canada, so this is like sixth country, and I've had pleasure of like wonderful life experience in all these countries. But by that time, I think the HR had become like really compartmentalized. So if you're recruiting, you cannot, that's it. Like there is no further relationship after that. Or if you're doing compensation and benefits, so you're just into that. Payroll is just that. So there was some part missing, plus like by then I had kids. I wanted to settle them first in Canada and then think about what I want to do next. But at some point I felt that this is it. It's just like taking me 9-to-5 job, no more things. And I was still missing that part of personal touch, which when you are helping people relocate, you are coming to know them as families, their lifestyle, their preferences, and all those things. And that's when I thought of coming into real estate. And so it all started. And here we are.
That's amazing. It's a good little segue, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm sure you've taken a lot of skills from that industry and relating that to real estate. So you've been selling in Toronto, right?
Yeah, GTA.
GTA. You've been selling GTA for 5 years, right?
5 years.
And when did you marry Dubai and your ability to now sell real estate? When did that click for you?
So when I started, the main sector that we entered into, like initially, now we are a team, but initially I started as a single agent. I think that part of educating people and helping them settle down was always there within. So my first clients were from my previous company that I left. So I was working with an aerospace manufacturing company here. So they were brand new, and so I helped them settle down in terms of first helping them leasing, and then within 28 days, it so happened that they didn't like the place now they wanted to buy, and so bringing their entire savings here and then buying a property, like it was huge change for them. And I felt really good because then you are connected to that very important part an important decision of their life, and you feel honored. And till date, we are friends. So at every important decision of their life is like you're able to be there for them. So I think at that point of time, I thought all these people mostly are coming from either Southeast Asia or from the Middle East that I am interacting with. So I thought, why not? I have been there, I lived myself, I know how it works. Go there and help people. So instead of waiting people to come here and then now I'm helping them and then they don't know. Most often they told me that, oh, if we knew before, then we would have bought the property before entering country, right? Those who are coming on PR or like they already are citizen, but then now here, like they have stayed out of the country for a longer time. So that's when I started going to the Middle East and then doing one-on-one consultation with them, talk shows, and all these things we did. And we then helped some foreign investors. But last year, with that news of foreign investors ban came into the picture. And then we thought we have to pivot. And that's when we said, why not now take people from here and help them explore the Middle East?
Yes.
So that's when Dubai came into picture.
Beautiful. I think ever since the pandemic, everyone started to open the horizons and look outside of
Globalization.
Yes. Oh, we can invest in other places, right? Florida being a big one. I did that myself. But Dubai has been a really hot topic, and I feel like the price points aren't bad. Like they're
amazing.
They're fairly reasonable, right? Yeah. And I've had multiple clients that I've sold their places here, and now they're there full time. There's, we're going to talk about all of this, but I mean, the tax benefits,
yes,
right? All the opportunities, just how different things are out there in terms of, it's just like a really cool place to be right now. And then you have the other markets like Oman.
So Oman is there, but for me right now, I'm venturing into Bahrain because Bahrain is a financial harbor, strong currency, I would say, and it's like old Dubai, like, so maybe like you can say 35 years ago what Dubai was, Bahrain is now. So it's and the property prices have stayed steady there. And Saudi Arabia is opening up. So these are the places where we are majorly thinking of working with. But Dubai for sure, like we have started and it's been going pretty good. When you say price point, I would like to mention that a studio, as of today, is for as low as 260,000 Canadian dollars.
Wow. And is that like an older building or a
newer building? So it's like pre-construction project.
260.
260.
And what part of Dubai is this? Like is it a notable spot or?
Yes.
Okay.
So these are good places to be. There is like downtown Dubai. There is DM. So Dubai is basically like how we have Mississauga, Brampton, Oakville, Burlington cities divided. Similarly, now they have like so if it is media city, then everything related to media is there. There is design district. There is Jebel Ali free zone, and Damak Lagoons is there. And the other one is also coming, which is Palm Jebel Ali. This project was shut down for quite some time, 21 years, I guess, because of 2007-2008 crash that took place. And now they are reviving it again. So all these projects, the one that I am talking about, for example, is the Samana developers, and surprisingly, each apartment has its own private pool. Yeah. So starting point for a studio apartment is 260,000 with a pool.
Come on.
Yeah.
How big is that?
421 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah, which is pretty much.
Is the pool outside of that 421 square feet?
Yes.
So separate.
Separate.
Interesting.
Yeah. So those are the things. So Samana is basically. So every builder has come up with their own unique selling point. So this developer is been in the market for 20 years, and they have all their buildings have pools. So each apartment has private pool along with the other amenities which are there. So there is a public pool as well there, general for everybody. Then the Damak properties, they have their unique selling point where they
That's
use
a builder, right?
yes,
Yes, I heard that name.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Damak.
Demak. Yes.
They are their selling point is that they affiliate themselves with major brands. So then the recent project that's going on is by Cavalli. So you'll see all the finishes and everything is all Cavalli. So their unique features like the snake skin and all that, like
Yes.
the prominent features, that kind of interior is there. Emar has its own standpoint. They have the major hold in the entire city, I would say. So there are master developers, and then there are other developers like under them.
Yes.
And then there are a lot of new ones that are coming up, like the Oro is there, Vincitori is there. So they also have, so Vincitori, for example, is like heavily Italian European style. Oro is more modern concept, clean cuts, like how we like it here, right? So those kind of things. But it's amazing to see all these things.
Yeah, super cool. And a lot of these are pre-construction,
Yes.
right? So how does it work for someone to purchase pre-construction? Is there a deposit structure? Is there a certain amount required down? Like as a Canadian investor, as an example, how does that work?
So I mean, I would specifically take pre-construction here because there are different rules for buying. Not rules, I would say. You need mortgage for already like resale, basically we call it, right? So pre-construction is easier because there is like initial deposit of 20%, and there is a flat fee of 4%, which is land registry or Dubai land development charges, unlike how we have land transfer tax, which depends on the square footage, right? So that's what it is. And funny enough, somebody asked me a question last night, and they were comparing. So here you pay 5 or 10% down, and then you mortgage out the rest of the amount, and it's 25 years mortgage, and then you pay the interest as well as the purchase price of the property. So, for example, a 500,000 property, you end up paying, and at the end is 900 plus $1,000, right? Whereas in Dubai, if you buy the similar property for, like, let's say 500,000, you pay 4% DLD, which is the land registry, and a few $100 on top of it. So at the end, you end up paying 520,000 on it compared to 984,000.
So it's all principal?
That's all principal.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
And that 20% down, is it, they have the deposit structures as well, spread out?
Yes.
Okay.
And nicely laid out. So there are options of paying upfront. And when you pay upfront, they also have the chance where they are giving 8% ROI straight away for the initial 3 years. And then once the property is ready, you rent it out or you can use it for yourself.
How do they guarantee that 8%?
That's like you sign the agreement.
Oh, is that like an equity? 8% like appreciation, or?
That's what they are giving you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So both.
And there's a lot of incentives. Like they're like luring in a lot of buyers with
foreign investors
right?
coming into the country.
And how's the leniency on like the mortgages and approvals and actually getting the financing? Like how is that?
So, they can consider your foreign income, like how we do it in Canada through some of the financial institutes. And that's the reason why we are saying, and the beauty of it is that you don't need to take finances because I think dirham is $2.66 approximately. Don't quote me on that, but that's how much it is. So if the property is, let's say, starting point 600 or 700 dirhams, then that's how you're coming up to $260,000 or $270,000. So if you have saved, that's the amount, right? So 20% of that you pay, and then there is like 3 years, 4 years, 8 years payment plan.
Mm.
So you don't have to really take any mortgage.
Interesting.
Yeah. But the question that you asked in terms of if there is any mortgage facility, yes, there is. But I think mostly it is when you pay 70% and then you get 30% or 60-40 ratio.
Okay. So if we're taking that, let's just because we've talked about this one example already, this 270-ish $1,000 studio with this pool.
Mm-hmm.
How from an investor standpoint? So if we buy this and they're putting down the 20%, is there a potential to cash flow? How are rents?
So rents are pretty good
Mhm.
because there is a lot of movement coming. I'll tell you, the Q1 of this year, Dubai already has 4.67 million visitors. So you can see that, and of course, like 2/3 of Fortune 500 companies already have their regional headquarters there.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of employment opportunities available, and visitors are constantly there, and all big events take place, like the tennis tournament or the cricket match or the Formula One. Guests also come there when it is in Bahrain. And a lot of big events take place. So there's always a movement of people. So in terms of renting it out, you can do Airbnb or you can do long term because not everybody buys it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, and this has recently opened up where people are able to invest in the country. So yes, cash flow is definitely, there is a good potential there.
That's amazing. And with let's speak on the tax saving, because this is a really cool topic. When I heard that, it was like super interesting. Obviously, we get destroyed here,
Yeah.
right? We work our ass off, we lose half our income.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's ways to protect that, but still,
Yeah,
you know. So over there's no income tax at all.
there is no income.
Is this a forever thing? Is this just an incentive thing?
So, well, I myself have lived there and I have worked, so I never had to pay tax.
So how does that feel? I just want to know.
It kills me when I come here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how that would feel here.
Yeah,
Like I look at what's in my bank and I'm like, wow, a lot of that has to go.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
But I can only imagine how far I would be in life, knowing that I can keep everything, right?
Yeah.
So I please tell me, because I wish I could. Like, I'd love to know how that feels.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Initially, you didn't have to think about it because for me, I started my working life as well as my marital life there. So when I started working, all the money was coming into your pocket. You didn't have to give it to anyone except on your own self, right?
Yeah.
So it's after the fact. Even like other countries where I went to, so I was in West Africa for like 6.5 years. Also, we didn't have to pay tax there. Then I came back to Bahrain and then I went to Saudi. All these places, I never had to pay. So when we came to Canada, it's like, okay, so if you're earning like 60 grand or 100 grand, and then you end up paying like 39% or 37% tax, your take home is really low. So it was pinching. It was really like, I can't digest it till date.
Yes.
So, and that's why I said, like, if you ever give me an opportunity, I would definitely want to go back and start living.
Yes.
And this time when I went, I was like really thinking that, you know what, it's been a long time. Why not like sort of start again here for a couple of years and see where you can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the hotel that I stayed in, there were like Lambos and Ferrari and other cars standing there for you to rent and drive.
In
you know,
Dubai.
In Dubai.
Yeah, I mean, it spews luxury, right? When you think
Yes.
of Dubai, you just think of all these cars. Actually, you might be listening to this, but there's a friend of mine from the gym, also a realtor, and he told me that he's like, hey, Matt, like whenever you want, I can set you up with some developers in Dubai.
Yeah.
You can tour some properties or promote some stuff, and we'll give you I'll give you a place to stay and a car. He's like, it's nothing special. It's only like a Mercedes S Series, S Class.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a nice car. He's like, not in Dubai. You know?
No.
So,
Yeah, it's just a regular car. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely a place I want to experience. But can we highlight, like, again, a lot of people might just hear Dubai, but they may not know anything beyond that, right? They might just hear, they're like just the word Dubai. So if there are, like, if we can speak to certain places, like there's the Palm Island. What is that called? Where it literally it's all the sandbanks, and do you consider that like the bridle path of Dubai? Is that like the highest
Yes.
end area?
Yes. So that is one of the
Okay.
high-end areas. So in general, when we talk about it, United Arab Emirates is the country.
Yes.
Okay, and it has 7 emirates,
Mm-hmm.
and Dubai is one of them.
Okay.
So there's Abu Dhabi, that's the capital, which is like Canada. You will say a little laid back, cool. So when you compare like US and you compare Canada, so US is fast paced and then Canada is slower. So it's that kind of difference there. Or you would say like Toronto and the suburb cities, right? So there is a difference there. So that kind of thing. And then there is Fujairah, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Quwain, all these other emirates. Surprising enough, it's a fun fact that all these 7 emirates, their sand is different color. So if you put all those sands together, you will find a distinctive difference.
Is that on purpose or is that
No,
naturally
it's natural.
naturally occurring?
It's
Interesting.
So that's what it is. Now, why Dubai is prominent? Because the ruler and every emirate has their own ruler, right? So the ruler of Dubai is visionary. So they have like planned themselves. So let's say they want to double the population by 2040. So as of today, if there are 700,000 units, they want to double it up by 1.4 by 2040 because they anticipate the population going double. So imagine if you invest today, where is your investment going to go? So this is how it is. Palm Jablali was initiated when I was working with Dubai Dry Dock, and Dubai Dry Dock actually did the dredging. So I have seen the concept of the Palm Jumeirah, and it was amazing to see at that point of time. And like, for me, it was just an animated video at that point.
How long ago was that?
2000, 2001.
Oh wow, okay. And because I've heard some crazy like increases in value.
Yeah.
Like now, what's the average house price on the Palm Jumeirah, right?
Palm has got, yeah. So they are expensive. I think somewhere around 4 or 5 million AED, I would say. That's how much they are starting, or the lowest price of the properties there. It hosts the lot of Michelin star restaurants as well.
Okay.
And Atlantis is there. Again, Atlantis is I think only in 2 places in the world. One is in Bahamas and the second one is here. And what I've heard is the one in Dubai is better than the one in Bahamas. And the water park there is amazing compared to what we have here. So yeah. That is there. And then the other part, which is like high end, is Emirates Hills. All like, I think, I'm not sure, but they say that the tennis players or the Hollywood stars and even Bollywood stars, they all have their properties there.
So it's like the LA Hills?
LA Hills. Yeah. Dubai Hills is also one of the prestigious ones. So initially it was Jumeirah. Jumeirah was like the bridal path, you would say, or the Dolden Drive in Mississauga. So now all these places are the ones which are there. There is a hotel. So the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest tower in the world for now, 828 square feet tall, that hosts Atmosphere Dubai. It's like one of the best hotels.
Is that a residence as well? Can you live in there?
You can. So there are some parts there. The hotel is there, and the observatory galleries on
Mm-hmm.
top.
Mm-hmm.
So they take you, I think it's 146th floor, they
Mm-hmm.
take you up to, and then from there you can see the entire Dubai.
Very cool. And what's so that's like the core of the city, right? I imagine.
Yeah, it's near downtown.
So
Yeah.
it's like the CN Tower kind of
Yeah.
branch from there.
Mm-hmm.
What's like an average price per square foot for a condo in those parts?
Downtown is a bit expensive, but I think anywhere, average price point, if you ask me, it is anywhere between 400 to 500 starting point,
For a one bed?
Canadian dollars per square foot.
Oh, oh, that's not bad at
Right?
all.
It's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a misconception, right? 'Cause you think Dubai, you think luxury, you think of cars, you think all this stuff. So you think, oh, it's out of my range. But
I feel that it has Dubai has everything for everybody.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you want to spend less, there are options for
Mhm.
you to spend less as well.
Mm-hmm.
So those lower like maintenance buildings are there, but at the same time, if you want to be on top of the luxury cream of cream, that option is also available, and in between parts are also there. And then that brings me to the point where even the developers, like we have here, like Lentera, for example, you say it's like high level.
Mm-hmm.
Then there are other developers, Fernbrook and all of the developers which are there. So there are like, different stages. Similarly, in Dubai, also there are master developers,
Mhm.
and then there are developers which are like,
I see.
good size. And then there are like, very low cost effective developers as well. So you spend money, you get the same treatment accordingly.
Very cool. So we got
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
And I think again, just maybe in regards to education, a lot of people think like I've heard things of like maybe you can't hold hands in public, or there's maybe you can't drink alcohol. Like, is there strict rules, or have they loosened up? Was that once the case? Like, how is the atmosphere, just like the lifestyle?
Um, well, again, it's for people like us who are going from here, for them it is going to be difficult, but it's not that difficult. These are some norms or misconceptions that people have. Yes, it was the case at some point of time. Now they have become very lenient. Like, imagine Saudi opening up for people.
Mm-hmm.
3-4 years ago, when I was going, I had to put the abaya.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have to. Like, I can dress well like this, and I can go out. So they have realized it that if they are to entertain and encourage foreign investors, then they have to be more lenient, and acceptance is something that they have to work with. Plus, Dubai has people or expats coming for quite long time. So yes, there are times. Earlier, it used to be where during the holy month of Ramadan, you're not allowed to eat outside, or you're not allowed to wear the shorts during that time, or short sleeves or sleeveless. But it's not the same anymore. They're pretty good that way.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. So as we end off here, I have a couple questions. What is your favorite part of Dubai?
Everything. I like the sea. I like the actual natural beaches, which are there. I mean, we have lake beaches here, but it's completely different there. I also like how, I mean, I do call it a concrete jungle because there are like, construction, buildings everywhere. But it's amazing to see how they have brought life to the country where there was nothing. Like when I came in 1997 to Dubai, on Sheikh Zayed Road, there were just 3 buildings of Emirates. Now you can't, you have to like really search them up where they are. So the city has, I think, it's the feeling, it's not just seeing these buildings or the development. It's the feeling of doing impossible that I like the most. And that is something that has been my driving source. I think that is the best part of it, besides any particular space or the spot, you would say. There is Dubai Marina, which is beautiful. Like you sit there, and then you can have the best cuisine in the world. Um, there are like 11 Michelin star hotels, and there is one green Michelin star, which is rare to find. And that green Michelin star is actually for sustainable restaurant. So they don't let anything go waste, imagine. So they are thinking ahead of it. There is structure which is like they have envisioned 2070 of Dubai. So it's 3-story, history, today, and future. So how the world is going to be, their perception of 2070 is there. So I think it's like best of everywhere there. You go and if you haven't been for a month to that place and you come back again and you'll see a difference there.
Interesting.
So it's always moving further. There is always a potential to grow. That's what I like about it.
It's awesome. I got to check it out. And then if you want to, before we end off here, you want to highlight one project you think is worth investing in or people should check out?
Well, I've already mentioned various ones. I would say Damak Lagoons is the one that we talked about. There is a last sector remaining there, but Damak Lagoons is something that they have sort of brought various places, tourist places like Venice, Marbella, Costa Rica, all these places are there, and they are themed based. So you don't have to really go out from the city. You can enjoy all those places
The whole world.
there. The whole world
Crazy.
there. Yeah.
Very ahead of their time. Very forward thinking. I love it. Well, Jyoti, thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
If anyone wants to reach out for you in regards to Dubai real estate, where's the best place they can find you?
So I'm always approachable, and so you can reach me on my Instagram, which is Jyoti Shamnani Team, and we have our website, www.jyotishamnani.com, and they can reach out to you as well and connect with me at any time.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
And I will be heading out there soon. But to everyone, thank you so much for tuning in always. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video if you found value, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.